So guys, today in this video I'm going to be talking about stoicism. What is stoicism, the philosophy of it, where I agree or disagree with it. So let's get into it. So stoicism, most people think of it as just people who are emotionless, people who are masculine, they don't show emotion, stuff like that. And that's not really stoicism. I mean, that's part of stoicism, but that's not the definition of it. That's not the essence of stoicism. So they have beliefs about everything, every single part of life that you could think of. So let's start with God. What do they believe about God? So they're materialists, which means they don't believe in anything supernatural, they don't believe in souls, they don't believe in spirits. And they believe God is physical. They don't believe God is transcendent above matter or time and space. And I disagree with that. I think God metaphysically has to be above space and time and matter, but they don't agree with that. They were pantheists, which basically says God is identical to the universe. They believe the divine essence, the divine nature, is immersed into the universe. So they basically believe everything that we see is basically God. Everything has the divine mind. So they put like a big emphasis on nature. They value nature. They pretty much worship the universe because they believe the universe is God. So that's their belief about God. They reject any sort of transcendent being that created everything, because they believe the universe has the divine essence itself. So they believe God and the universe are basically like the same thing. And so that's their belief about God, and their belief about, and what is their belief about how we should be, how we should act. So they believe that virtue is the goal. They don't believe material possessions matter. They don't try to acquire more things. They focus on being better people. They focus a lot on self-improvement, virtue, how we can be the best people possible, and that's where happiness comes from. They believe happiness comes from being virtuous, not by acquiring more things. And that I agree with, because when you die, people aren't going to remember you by like, oh, so and so, bro, he had such nice shoes, he had such a nice shirt, he had so many nice things, bro, he had such a nice car, he had such a big house, he had such a hot girl. People aren't going to remember you for that. People will remember you for the kind of things that you did, the impact that you had in the world, how you treated others, and just the character that you had. So Stoics believed that was the most important thing, not trying to acquire more things. They didn't necessarily say that material possessions were evil, but they said, it's besides the point. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. What matters is the kind of person you are, your character, and how virtuous you are. And that's good. So in that sense, it's a little weird, because in one sense, they agree with the materialists that, there is no supernatural, there's nothing transcendent. But they also agree with like religious people. They would agree with like religion that that we should focus more on being virtuous and doing good for the world and being a better person, rather than just trying to acquire more things. So in one sense they agree with kind of like the materialist worldview, and in one sense they agree with like the religious worldview. So yeah, so that's what I think about it. That's basically what Stoicism is, and that's where I disagree with it, and that's where I agree with it. So yeah, that was pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to explain that. So yeah, see you next time.